Yo, it's Glow and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about the fear of the unknown about your future. Fear of the unknown of your future. So again, I was asking Instagram and Facebook, what are you most fearful of when it comes to your future, chasing your dreams, starting something new? And a lot of people said the mystery of it, the uncertainty, not knowing the security around if it's going to work or not. So this kind of ties into the previous video about failure. But what I want to say about uncertainty and mystery, Tony Robbins has this concept called the 6 basic needs of humanity. And one of them is uncertainty or variety. I'll list all of them here, but you have certainty, you have variety / uncertainty, you have connection or love, you have growth, contribution, and significance. So all of these ways are basically how humans want to be received in this world and loved and felt. All of these things contribute to our sense of fulfillment is a better way to put it. So one thing that I want to say about mystery is I go through a mysterious chapter or phase probably every if I want to be honest, every week. But to be realistic, it's like once a quarter, maybe twice a year. And here's the thing, life could be going well, things could be going well. But again, when you start thinking about like, what's next? Or if things are going too well, you start saying, well, when is the other ball gonna drop? When is the other shoe gonna drop? How does that saying go? You're waiting for something to fail. I grew up in like a chaotic environment. So I was always like, if things are going good, how long will this last? And then what? I was always waiting for something to go wrong because that's what I was used to. And when I started to like shift my perspective into like, okay, but if something goes wrong, why would you waste this precious moment where you can enjoy, a win or something going right? Like, why would you waste a moment or a season where things are going right on waiting for something to go wrong? Does that make sense? And there's a quote that says, anxiety is a waste of time because it's forcing you, you're going through something twice and it might not even happen. But when you worry about it and you're anxious about it, like, that's one scenario. And then if it actually happens, that's twice. So why would you put yourself through misery twice? And that's what I try to think about. So in this situation, if you find yourself like just crippled with anxiety and fear about just the unknown of your future, first of all, me too. Like, it's a part of the process. And just imagine if you knew what every single day of your life would look like until you died. Yuck. How boring would that be? Like, we need a little bit of mystery. There's magic in the mystery. And you need to allow yourself to say, okay, this might work, this might not. But damn it, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try. I'm going to put myself out there. I know I deserve something bigger than what I have. And I've always grown up with this larger than life imagination. And I was like, Glow, sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody got time for your shenanigans. And I could never afford my imagination. I would always have these big dreams and I'm like, Glow, stop. Humble yourself, check your pockets, check your bank account. What are you doing? And I look at my life now, I'm like, Glow, thank God you were a little crazy. Thank God you allowed yourself to dream as big as your imagination wanted to. My colorfully expensive imagination and vision was always something that gave me so much insecurity because I was like, do most people think like this? Am I crazy for wanting to do more than the average person? And it wasn't out of like greed or this sense of like, there was no like greed in it. It was just like, man, like life is so precious and so short. Why would I not go as hard as possible to do something crazy? Like, I get excited by death. And I get excited about the opportunity that we have to live in this digital age, in this digital era, to literally monetize our IP, our intellectual property, and create things out of our own expertise, out of our perspective, out of our upbringing, out of our education, out of our stories, out of our travels. There's so many valuable components to what we've been through and what we do, and we take it for granted. Oh, most people know this. Oh, it's not that valuable. Oh, it's not that serious. Everyone knows this. And because it's so second nature to us, we devalue ourselves so much. So if you're someone who you're just like, I don't know what my future is going to look like, and because of that mystery, because of that uncertainty, I'm just not going to do anything to go off the script. I'm just not going to do anything to go off the script. I'm just going to keep, I'm gonna allow myself to color in the lines and just keep to myself and not say my dreams too loud, you know, in case someone might hear me. But just know that every time you start to feel isolated by just crazy ambitions, just know that, oh yeah, that Glow probably had that too. Glow probably dealt with that too. There's a community and a whole legion of entrepreneurs and just digital change makers and dream chasers who have this same anxiety, fear, stress. So I promise you, the more you do something to shift what your future might look like, the less anxiety you have around it. I'm gonna say it again. The more you start doing things today that help you shift what your future might look like, the less anxiety you'll have around it. But you gotta do something. You gotta take action. You gotta be willing to say, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. I'm out here moving. You know, and document the process. Share the journey, because there is nothing more inspiring than a friend or someone that you've been following for years, them sharing a photo of the first, you know, speaking engagement they gave, and maybe there was 5 people in the audience and now they sell out arenas. Like, you can appreciate their journey so much more because you saw the way they showed up with 5 people in the audience. That should be you. If you got 50 followers or 50,000, show up the same. Like, y'all gonna get this glow. Whether, look, and I always talk about, I don't even want to grow more than I am, because it's scary to get more strangers just watching your journey. But I have to be like, Glow, you better show up the same way as if you had the same 1,000 people that you knew, you know, in person. I'm rambling now, but I hope this is in any way inspiring and motivating for those of you who are just ready to change something about your future. I know security is a big thing. I know failure is a big thing. There's so much around this. So I encourage you and I invite you to join me on Clubhouse every day from May 1st to May 10th. I'm going to be hosting a daily room, and come on stage and chat with me. I'll be pouring into people, sharing my stories, sharing perspectives, and allowing people to just ask me any questions they have about their future, what I've done, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, my failures, my mistakes, all of that stuff. So it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. And again, this is leading up to the Own Your Future Challenge. You can go to fulfillyourfuture.com. I will see you there. It's going to be so good. Thanks for watching. Bye. I need a better sign out than that.